The second thing I would like to say that I no longer accept, and you can let me know if you agree, as Trump supporters, is this idea that he's trying to end wars, okay? He's trying to negotiate peace in the Gaza Strip. He's trying to negotiate peace in Ukraine.
Now, I'm certain Candace Owens will gladly choose Putin over Donald Trump any day, as she clearly thinks Donald Trump is being insincere. There's definitely more that meets the eyes. But hey, let's dive in already.
More weapons to Ukraine, as you said last night. Last week, the Pentagon paused some shipments of weapons to Ukraine. Did you approve of that pause?
We wanted to put defensive weapons because Putin is not treating human beings right. He's killing too many people. So we're sending some defensive weapons to Ukraine, and I've approved that.
So who ordered the pause last week?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Here's the deal. Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, who were once, framed as allies against the globalist forces, are now showing signs of serious divergence. And the question is why? And more importantly, who stands to gain?
Также располагает различными средствами поражения, а по отдельным компонентам и более современными, чем у стран НАТО. И при угрозе территориальной целостности нашей страны для защиты России и нашего народа мы, безусловно, используем все имеющиеся в нашем распоряжении средства. Это не блеф.
The landscape has changed. Putin is leaning into BRICS, tightening relationships with China and Iran, and using the Ukraine war to expand Russian influence. Meanwhile, Trump, now the clear Republican frontrunner, has doubled down on his American first message. He wants to end foreign wars, he wants peace through strength, and critically, he's calling out all global players, including those previously seen as friends. And this includes Putin. It's important to note that the rising tension isn't just about Ukraine, it's more about global dominance. Trump wants a multipolar world on US terms, while Putin wants a world where Washington no longer leads. But check out Candace Owens' interesting take on this discussion.
In fact, and Skylar, I don't know if we have this clip ready, Trump just sat, when he was sitting down for this disastrous meeting, also signaled that he will be sending more weapons to Ukraine. So I would say if you're trying to end a war, maybe don't send weapons to Ukraine. If you're trying to end the war in Israel and Ukraine, and they are your welfare recipients, cut off the funding. You're not trying hard enough, right?
Candace is absolutely correct. However, truth be told, without Trump's support for Ukraine, Russia would have overrun Ukraine, and it's quite understandable that he stepped in.
But that was a war that should have never happened, and a lot of people are dying, and it should end. And I don't know, we get a lot of bullshit thrown at us by Putin. For you want to know the truth, he's very nice all the time, but it turns out to be meaningless.
Do you want to sanction him? Lindsey Graham has a sanctions bill on Russia. Do you want him to move
I'm looking at it, yeah. No, I'm looking. The Senate is passed a very, very tough sanctions bill. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Can you sign that?
It's an optional bill. It's totally at my option. They passed it totally at my option, and to terminate totally at my option. And I'm looking at it very strongly.
Yesterday you said you want to sanction.
Amidst all of this drama between Trump and Putin, a lot of phone calls have been held, and most definitely, harsh words have been exchanged as Trump gets bolder each day with the adjectives he uses on Putin, while Putin, on the other hand, responds to Trump's adjectives on him, or harsh press briefings with heightened attacks on Ukraine. Now, this pattern has been noticed. On these grounds, there have been fears that this rift could be the beginning of a third world war. On the back of all of this, globalist institutions like NATO are getting strengthened, the military-industrial complex stays fed, and trillions of American taxpayer dollars have been invested into this needless war. And this brings me to my question: is this feud real, or are we watching another manufactured divide designed to keep the world guessing? I would love to know what you think in the comment section. For more truths that the mainstream media won't touch, subscribe and hit the bell button and leave a comment. Until our next clip, please keep staying sensible. Peace.